every 20 minutes. It's your statewide Alabama Weathercast.
Hi, I'm Drew McCombs with the Alabama Weather Network. This is your mid-morning Alabama forecast update, and we're starting off taking a look at some pictures from our Alabama Weather Network Skywatchers. I've gotten a lot of those coming in, and we love to try to start to showcase them, and we're going to start doing that here starting today. So looking at this one from Scottsboro, this is from Daniel Harbin, looking at some clouds and I think a storm off the distance, and see the sunshine starting to peek over the clouds there. So some just beautiful pictures out there. Beautiful sunset picture from Logan Martin Lake from Brandy Hawthorne. And again, seeing that just to start to fall down below the horizon there. And another one of some storm tops. Actually, this is taken in Alabaster from Derek Bloomstein, but this was a storm that was in Alexander City. So many miles away, but it's always kind of cool to be able to see how you can see thunderstorms from long distances this time of year. All right, take a look at our satellite picture to start off this morning. Mostly sunshine across most of the state, a few scattered clouds starting to form, especially in the southeastern part of the state near Dothan. Had a little bit of river fog around the Tennessee River Valley in Jackson County earlier this morning. But at this point, again, most places still seeing full sunshine and warming up fairly quickly. And we'll see that looking across our SkyCam network. So Huntsville at 81 degrees at this point. Atop Monte Sano, probably a little bit warmer down in the valley. You can see Space at Rocket Center in the distance there. Bald Rock, 80 degrees there, 70 degrees the dew point. I think the dew points are a little bit lower in some parts of the state, especially towards the eastern side of the state this morning compared to what we saw yesterday. And then taking a look at the new camera that we have at the University of Alabama. So this is, I think, looking off towards the west, towards downtown Tuscaloosa, but we'll have nice views of the campus as well from this. This is in partnership with WVUA in Tuscaloosa. So love to have cameras as we continue to expand the camera network across the state. It's just great to see those. So what we're watching for today and the rest of this week, highs in the 90s today. We're going to be seeing mid-90s in many spots. Heat levels will be high today, but they will start to fall as we get into Thursday and Friday. And we're going to see fairly low rain chances today, but we'll see those increase as we head towards the later part of the week. So we'll talk more about that here in a second. Low temperatures so far this morning got down in the 70s in most spots, but you do see there's a 69 degrees in Eufaula, and actually our Skywatcher Steve Jones and Heflin got a 68 degrees low in Cleburne County. And so, again, we've had a little bit of an easterly flow, especially in the eastern part of the state. We've got a little bit of dry air that's been pulled in in association with Hurricane Erin that's helped to get a little bit drier air into some spots, especially in the east and southeastern part of the state. But still, we've got a heat advisory in effect because there's still enough warmth that's going to be there today and also enough humidity for a heat advisory for a similar area from yesterday, basically kind of the northwestern third of the state. That heat advisory goes until 8 p.m. tonight. So again, if you're especially in the western part of the state, northwestern part of the state, we just want you, again, take it easy out there. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and all the things that you would typically do. Temperatures right now, we're already into the 80s across much of the area. We're already at 89 degrees in Birmingham, getting to 82 degrees so far at Thomasville, 84 in Tuscaloosa. So again, we'll expect to be well into the 90s as we get through the afternoon. And this is what we got for our forecast highs. Florence could get as high as 97 degrees, 92 in Clinton. Mid-90s pretty common across the southern tier of the state as well. So well into the 90s, again, with those heat index values getting up above 100 in many spots for the day. Looking at the Futurecast, again, not many clouds around right now. See those increase as we get into the afternoon, but just a few isolated showers and storms similar to yesterday where there will be a few spots that'll get a downpour here and there, but most places will stay dry for today. However, as we get into tomorrow, we're expecting to see an increase of coverage of showers and thunderstorms across really most of the state. Up towards the north, could get a little bit better chance of a strong thunderstorm or two that we'll keep an eye on with an approaching front that shouldn't make it all the way through the state, but should enhance the showers and thunderstorms, especially, again, in the northern part of the state. And then as we get into Thursday morning, we'll clear out again before seeing another round of showers and thunderstorms Thursday afternoon. All right, here's an update on Hurricane Erin. So it has weakened a little bit and definitely does not look as imposing as it did 24 hours ago. So there's been some dry air intrusion into the storm. And so it's not looking as organized as it was. Sustained winds at 105 miles per hour with the 10 a.m. advisory. But again, still a hurricane at this point. It's still going to have major impacts because it's getting larger and the wind field is large and the wave impacts on the East Coast will certainly be there. And taking a look at the track. So this is, again, nothing much has changed here with the expected track. There is the possibility that it could still intensify a little bit more in the next couple of days and kind of re-intensify briefly. But again, the main thing is going to be the size of the storm, the wave impacts, the rip current impacts along the East Coast. So that's the main thing that everyone that's in those areas will need to be worried about. And then we'll take a look further to the east. We do have this disturbance here that will be moving into the orange area here over the next 7 days. And that's a 60% chance that will become a system over the next week. So that'll be the next one we'll be watching. Models at this point trying to turn it off or curve it off in a similar fashion as Erin. So we will keep our fingers crossed that that's the case. But again, it's too early to really know for sure, but definitely something that we will be watching. All right. Your 7-day forecast, again, mid-90s, even across North Alabama. Again, with those low precip chances today, but we'll see those increase pretty rapidly over the next couple of days and continue through the weekend, with those highs certainly getting much lower and lower than even seasonal averages as we get into Saturday and Sunday. And you can see even on Monday, we could see a low in the 60s. We're expecting to definitely see actually a little bit drier air make it into the state early next week. So that'll be something to look forward to, kind of a fall preview potentially for early next week. As we look to the south, again, highs in the lower to mid 90s. Heat index values pretty high up there, but we will see the temperature levels back down in South Alabama as well. And again, even just a little bit drier, a little bit more comfortable even in that part of the state as well as we get into early next week. All right, that's the forecast for this morning. We'll have another one coming up in a few hours.